Hello there, in this video we're going to start to design out the courses and merch page, so let's go. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's just have a look at the wireframe. So yeah, it's just the 2 rows, got the heading and the sort selector up there. So what I'll do here, let me just click on the top of the page, and first of all let me just change this frame's name. Okay, so there we go, courses and merch. Let's just make the frame ever so slightly longer. Just give me a bit more space to play with. Okay, what I will do in the first instance is just option click and drag. Let's just take a copy of the latest courses. Okay, let's position it there. Let's just go ahead and let's remove the sort selector. Let's click on the heading. Let's align it left. So just double click on left and let's rename that to merchandise. Okay, great, that's now done. Let's go ahead and let's populate each of these cards now with content that's related to merchandise. So I'll just be a second. Okay, so that's the content populated for the merchandise section. Obviously the images do not reflect what the merchandise is yet, so what we need to do is go into actions and go to Pexels. So we just click on that. And again, I think I mentioned this in one of the previous videos, but this is a really good plugin and it's a really good website. So go ahead, you can get free imagery that you can use in your designs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to source all these different sections here. I did get AI to write this quickly, so I've got a nice structure. I've got a heading, I've got the content, and then I've got the pricing, so the before price and the after price. So yeah, what I will do now is I'll go ahead, find some imagery, and then we'll go ahead and add it to these UI cards. Okay, welcome back. So I found some imagery. Let me just close that plugin. So I found some relevant imagery that we can use on these different cards. Just looking at the merchandise section, we're using the slightly larger image, so larger than the courses. So what we'll do, let's copy these images. Let's take them to the UI kit. Let me just paste them. Just paste them over here for now. And let's just have a look at the structure of this component and how we can do this. Okay, well let's start off here and let's just duplicate this row. Let's go ahead, change it from instructor images to merchandise images. Okay, let's go in here, let's just remove that for now. You can see that's slightly overhanging actually, so let me just set that to wrap, set that to fill, just pull that container in a bit. Okay, great. So let's go ahead. Let me just grab the image size for what would be our merch. Let's just copy this. Let's paste it inside the container. Let me go ahead and attach it. Let me just remove the fill. Just add like a basic color for now. Let me just check the dimensions. So we've got minimum height 3. So let's go. Let's add a max height here of 300. I don't want it to go any bigger than that. Let's add a max height of 300 here. Don't want it to go any bigger than that. Let's take the first image and let's just pop it inside of here. Let's rename it first, just to underscore merch or merchandise. Let me just write it in full. Okay, press Command V. That pastes in the image. Let me just rescale it so it sits nicely inside this. I am going to remove the auto layout though. There we go. So let me just place the image, center it. Let me also click on the merchandise level. I'm going to clip the content. So go back to the image and let's just scale it just enough. Let's just try and center that watch inside the frame. Okay, I think that will do for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these different images and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to pop them inside of this shape at 300 by 300. So give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I've added in the remaining imagery that I'm going to use. I've gone ahead and renamed the different images in the layers panel. Okay, so what I'd like to do now, let's go ahead, let's select all of these elements. And let's go up here to create component and let's create multiple components and let's combine them as variants. And let's rename this component to underscore merchandise. Change that property to type. That should be okay for now. And let me just take a copy of one of these. And then yeah, we have our drop down here and we can cycle through the different options. So that's good. Okay, what I want to do now, let me just take a copy of the hat. Let's just press Command C. I want to go up here and I want to just paste it inside of the large. Okay, there we go. So that's pasted in. Let me just pop it in there. What I'd quite like to do as well is to style it in a similar way as some of the other elements on our page. So let me just go ahead, let's put in an overlay as well just above. So F for frame, let's just draw out a frame here. Just add a fill to it because I can't see it. There we go. Just drag that out. I need to give it 16 for rounded corners. Let's just rename it in the layers panel as overlay. Okay, what I'm going to quickly do, let me just go back to the designs file. Let's go across, let's go into one of our images up here and let's just steal that linear gradient that we've been using. So let's Command C that. Let's go back to the UI kit. Let's click here on overlay and let's go to fill and let's Command V. Let's remove that old color. Okay, now we've got that overlay in. Let's apply a blend mode. Let's go up here and let's go to screen. Let's just reduce the opacity slightly on this so you can still see what's in the image. Let's do that to about 70. Okay, so we can access the instructor at this level in the panel. I want to do the same for the merch. So let me just go back into the component itself, which is there. Let's go to the plus, let's go nested instances, let's tick on merchandise, and now I should be able to access that and swap out the image, and hopefully that retains the overlay. Yeah, that seems to work. Let's go up a bit. Yeah, so it just gives it a little bit of a tint. Let me just turn it off. Yeah. So it gives the images a little bit of a tint and it brings it in line with that style that we're using on our website. Right, let's delete those out. I think we've got everything done on this page for now. So let's leave that there. Let me just check that everything is in order. Let's just go into this component as well. Let me just check that everything has been set. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. Let's just lock that. Okay, let's go up to libraries and let's click on publish. And let's add some notes. Okay, let's click on publish. Okay, there we go. That has now been successfully published in our UI kit. Okay, now let's go back to our designs. Okay, so now back in our design file, let me just zoom in, go to one of the cards. I've already updated the library in this design file with the changes. Let's go in here, let's go to the image size, change it from small to large. And that's our default image for now, so that's the cap. Just check that everything is behaving. Yeah, seems to be good. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'll go through the rest of the cards and I'll update the images, so I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So I just wanted to leave the very last card just to show you an issue I was having. So the overlay we had before inside of the image was misbehaving. It was obviously ignoring the auto layout, but then when it came to putting them into these cards, things were slightly misaligned, and as you can see here on the image itself, it's pushing a little bit too close to the edge of the card. So when you go and have a look, we've got 16, 16, so 16 left, 16 top. On the right hand side we've got 8. So there were a couple of issues with the auto layout on the image. So I've gone back into the UI kit. We've set an auto layout here on each of the images, so that's all good. We've then just amended the structure on the image sizes. So on the large variant, that's where the linear fill is. Then when I go down to the merchandise, that's where we've applied a blend mode of screen, and then that brings through that color. Okay, let me just lock the layers on this page. Okay, let's go back to our designs. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at the page. Let's just, we need to bring the footer up, so let's just see what we brought the footer up to on this page. So 48, let's do the same here. Let's just drag that up. Okay, let me just click on courses and merch, and let's just drag that up so that snaps to the footer. Let's do a bit of tidy up as well. Let me just move some of these images. Let's just move them to different locations. Let's move these over to here as well. Let's just move that wireframe beneath. Okay, just have a quick skim of our wireframe. I don't think we've missed anything here, but if we have, we can always come back to it. But yeah, I think we're good. Alright, let's go up to the design itself. Let's just move some of these panels out. Let's press Command /, get rid of the panels in Figma. Okay, so courses and merch. So we've got the navigation, we have the top section here with some context on what page you're in. We then have the company logos, we've got a tabs component, and then we go into the latest courses where we've got the sort selector. We've got our different courses, different content here. Go down to our merchandise. Again, we've got a slightly larger image. I think on this one, compared to the wireframe, I've added more context. So on the wireframe, it just had the heading, but I wanted to add a little bit more context about each item. So that's good. And yeah, and then into the footer we go. So let's just go back up. Let's go here. I just want to turn on the grids. Let's just have a look at it on the grid as well. Yeah, I think everything behaves itself and stays within the grid that we've set. Might be inclined just to move the spacing up a little bit. So what have we got between here? So we've got 24 here. Just check what that is. Yeah, so it's 48 between each of these. And then you've got a gap there of 48. I think we should move this entire section up just by 24 pixels. So let's go up here. Okay, that should work. So we've got a top of 48 above the tabs, and then 24 to this section, and then we've got another 24 at the top of the section as well. I'm saying section, at the top of the container. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's just adjust that frame at the bottom. Let's click on this frame, press Shift Space. I'm just going to open it in a tab as well. Okay, let's just scroll our new page. Yeah, looking good. All the cards, all the merch, and straight into the footer. Cool. Let's press left on the keyboard. Let's go back to our home page. Let's just see how they all link up together. So we've got a home page. Click on right. We've got the About Us page. And then courses and merch. Okay, great. I'll just close that tab. So again, another page is done. They all look aligned. They're all using a similar style, which is great. Let's try and get them all on the screen here. So yeah, good job so far. Let's go into our research file and see what we're going to work on next. Okay, so zooming in, courses and merch. That seems to be done for now. Let's go to the right-hand side. Okay, so in the next video, what we're going to do is work on our contact page for our project. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for getting to the end. So like, subscribe, all of those things. I'm off to get a hot drink because it's cold. And as always, why wouldn't you put a wok in my office? I have no idea where half of these things come from, but it's like being in a cartoon, like finding all these random things just turn up. Anyway, it's cold, it's time to fix it, time for coffee. See you in the next one. Now we're winning.